Gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of the weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge. I am Uriah. I've been here since the beginning. We've got a full house today. Super excited. Joining me, we've got the man who's drinking enough yerba mate to caffeinate an entire college town. We got Nicolas. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing wonderful. Glad to be here.
Up next, weighing in at 200 pounds of pure brain power, the man who makes me feel very, very foolish at times. But that's just by comparison because he's very smart. And it is so good to have him. Bacon, how are you doing, friend?
It's great to be here. And don't count yourself out, my guy.
And finally, another new face to the weekly No Prep Challenge. It's excellent to have him, our international man of mystery. Wonkachunk, how you doing, friend?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Cool. Well, wasting no time, we're going to get right into it. Last week, we did... we had another full house. We had the same group we had the week before that. We did a survival crime game, which I ran. It was really cool. It's kind of a take on like a heist gone wrong. Lots of hijinks, lots of hectic stuff going on. But we're going to get into it again. So let's see, Bacon, would you mind rolling a D8 for me? Coming up with a tone.
You got it, but you're gonna have to give me a second to actually keep the D8 here because I don't have. Give me 1 second.
You got a key bind, man.
The one die he didn't have prepared.
D8 save changes. D8. There we go.
5 heroic. Alrighty, heroic. Let's see, Nicolas, do you want to roll a D20 for us to get a setting going?
Already there, man. 16.
16. Samurai, yes! Heck yes. Okay, heroic samurai, and I will go ahead and roll a D4 to get us a GM. It'll be me and Nicolas. We're opting in to GM this week, and let's see what happens. I'll take odds. You'll take evens. You cool with that?
Yep.
Awesome. Odds. I am running this puppy. Very, very excited. Okay. We've got heroic 10, 24th. Samurai. Awesome. Cool. So, heroic samurai. This is I've been on a really big Akira Kurosawa kick, watching a lot of Ron, watching a lot of just like old samurai films. So I've been super.
Just interrupt for a moment. Do you have a favorite?
No.
Kurosawa?
Ron. It's Ron.
Cool.
Yeah, just because I love the story, and I think that anything based off of King Lear is pretty dope. So
it's a good choice. There are really no bad choices. I like Rashomon quite a lot because of the questions that it poses regarding what truth is, if truth exists.
Sure.
So I just really quite like that movie.
Really philosophical take on it, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty. So let's see. I gotta think now. I gotta use my brain.
I would say heroic samurai is probably pretty straightforward.
Sure.
If anything, it's maybe movie-like.
Yeah.
So, like, as for a premise, anything that comes to you guys' mind?
Heroic samurai. Do we want to be like historically accurate, or do we want to be, like you said, like movie?
No.
Like we want to go and you know,
we can't.
that royal that we want to go in and capture? Because, or how about this? Right? How about we're under threat of being Ronin for having our master kidnapped and killed? I mean, that's a building block. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but we have to like rescue or infiltrate, or I don't know. Maybe that's not good. I'm just working off the top of my head here.
So you said threat.
Wonkachunk.
Yeah. You said threat of, because I'm just writing down stuff. You said threat of being Ronin for what?
The Ronin is a masterless samurai. So if
Gotcha.
if the family that you serve essentially is eliminated somehow, be it politically or violently, then you become sort of a wanderer. And if ours is captured and killed somehow, then our job has not been done as, the essentially like constable, police force, whatever you want to liken it to. So it could be like a personal rescue mission, because we are, our way of life will be irrevocably changed.
Right. Yeah.
And it's heroic because we're saving someone.
Yeah.
That works.
So is it like we're gonna storm a castle, or?
It could be an escort duty, not necessarily us chasing them down.
Oh,
but,
that's a good call. I like that.
A failed escort. Well, not necessarily failed, but they could split the party in some way. In which case, we may or may not be in the middle of a combat, and then we have to catch up to do the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the idea of an escort.
I do too, quite a lot.
That sort of injects a lot more points of failure, if that makes sense.
It's also not just combat straight from the get-go.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that's my least favorite part of role-playing is combat. I feel like the roleplay goes on pause when you get into
It's
combat.
interesting to say that, because I was thinking, I was not so interested in playing like the fighter. I thought of maybe playing like a Buddhist monk.
Oh,
You guys. So maybe I like refuse to cause harm.
I like
that would
that.
be interesting.
Well, it's neat that you said that. Well, why don't we start there, right? Why don't we start with our characters then? Like, I was thinking of playing a fish out of water, like an expatriate that's not, wasn't raised in the culture, but is sort of learning it as he goes. So not necessarily a samurai myself, but kind of, learn, like I said, learning as I go. And if you want to be the monk, that's cool.
I was definitely going to go with a samurai, newly minted. So even though I am fresh with the combat skills, I'm probably still going to be naive to the world.
Nice. I dig it. Cool. So we got the pacifist. We have sort of the naive whippersnapper. Awesome. Cool. So I would say start working towards putting some numbers on character sheets and coming up with some names. I'm going to say the individual that you are escorting, maybe it's like just to add a little bit more definition to it, maybe the emperor, or your employer is on his deathbed, and you're delivering the heir to his kingdom to him.
I like that.
That way he doesn't necessarily have to be completely useless, if that makes sense. Or maybe it's like, maybe he is still useless, but it's just because he's really young. Kind of like a lone wolf and the cub sort of thing.
Yep.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I was reading my character sheet. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just sort of spitballing ideas. What if what if he was useless, but because he was like super young, so instead of him being kind of he's the heir, but he's essentially still a child. Doesn't know how to wield a sword or nothing like that. I said it'd be kind of like a lone wolf and the cub sort of thing.
Oh, okay. And this is the person that we're delivering to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So send the monk, the new guy, and the expat.
I think I don't know if I'll be 100% a pacifist, but I'll certainly be against violence. I think I'll have like a no kill rule, but I will defend and
Sure. Like incapacitate only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Type deal. What kind of guy are you thinking about? I don't know if I was focusing on the character sheet. I don't know if Wonkachunk. Did you say anything?
That's okay. Yeah, definitely a newly minted sort of samurai. I'm naive to the world. I've been sheltered and taught the codes, so I'm not going to take things. I'll be naive to the point of you can play tricks on me, kind of thing. I will oversee things because my honor is going to drive me, right or wrong.
And I'll be, like I said, expat, so fish out of water, willing to, break decorum and transgress certain boundaries in order to get things done. But also entirely unconfident. Because I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know how I'm being viewed. I don't really know what is or is not appropriate. I just know what I think is right.
Sure.
Are you thinking like Asian, like Caucasian, different Asian?
No, I'll be a white guy. I'll just be a white guy from the U.S.
Okay,
I dig it. That's cool.
Like
or the U.S. equivalent of Samurai Japan.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise, Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Gaijin.
Yeah, the Gaijin.
Adachi Hashimoto. Tomokuzo. I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is way deeper. I have to keep from laughing, or else I'm going to cough up a lung. Okay, so the name of the youngling that y'all are delivering, his name is Juto Toramatsu.
Juto Toramatsu. So here's Toramatsu-sama.
Yes.
The honorary for monks is Jisha, by the way.
Is it Tore or Tora?
Tora.
R-A or R-E?
R-A.
Gotcha.
And it was a name that I pulled out of my rear end, so if it means something, I have no idea.
I think I'm going to go with the name Mabataki.
Sweet.
Mabataki.
Mabataki.
Yeah.
And it is your display here.
Yeah, it is customary for folks to swap their name out. Just for
it makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
Because I can look at you like, oh yeah, you're the guy there.
Let's see.
How am I doing that?
Is there an easy way to do that?
Yes.
So when you have below the main screen, you got your little portrait. If you click on the three dots, there's 4 options. One of them is edit name.
You should also be able to, just click on your name and it'll pop that up.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Look at that. Click on your name on that little thing.
Yeah.
On your bottom left.
Little thumbnail.
Tora. Yeah, that's true. Tora is tiger. My Japanese is very rusty. It's been 6 years.
I think it's probably been about that long for me too.
Kentucky. Winton. Winton Sun.
And we'll say Bleak Nick. I just know that because of the common enemy monster. Which, by the way, super cool series y'all did. I thought that was freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, I still reminisce about it.
Yeah.
Great title too.
Oh yeah. So we'll say that the rival clan in sort of y'all's Providence is the Katsuya clan.
Katsuya. Hey, I'm posting something for you, Uriah. You can put that in your name.
You said it was Matsuya?
Oh, it's in the private chat. I'm looking on Discord. I don't know what is this?
It's Gemu Master.
Gemu Masteru.
What did you say the name of the rival clan was? I'm sorry.
Katsuya. Thank you.
Katsuya.
Katsuya.
You're messing up my meme, dude.
Your meme. Yeah, I think I have my guy ready. So, Toramatsu is the heir. Is the
Yes.
okay, and we are gonna escort him to the place.
Yeah.
To see his father.
Yes.
So, like, are we gonna have like a big entourage with us? Because I can feel like that kind of maybe against the idea of. Or...
Maybe.
Yeah, are we doing this in secret, or are we doing? Is it a pageant? Like, are we? You know, is it? Or do we know that people are out to get him because of how young he is, or do we think that it's sort of a triumphant? You know,
sure.
Return to the city, or like what? How?
I like the idea. I like both ideas, but I think I'm going to say it's in secret. Maybe there's a small. What were you going to say?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say maybe it's in haste. If his father's ill, it's just last minute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Maybe he has maybe there's like a small, whatever the word is for group of retainers. Maybe like 5 extra guys. And all they do is they're just kind of like defenders in soccer. They just get hit with the arrows. You know, they're kind of like human meat shields or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true to life, but
it's heroic. We can ratchet it up a bit.
Sure.
Yeah. We're playing not Japan, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Alternate Earth.
Yeah. Alternate reality. All right. So as far as whenever I call for rolls, if you're doing something and I call for a roll, you can kind of pick whichever one you decide to. So I may not call for a specific, body or etc. I am a-okay with you picking whichever one you see fit, and then going from there. And you don't have to say like what number you get. Really for Wonkachunk, you'll just say success or failure or critical or fumble, stuff like that.
Sure.
And then we'll go from there. Cool. So, is everybody ready?
Yeah, I've got my music ready.
Awesome.
I am ready.
Cool. I'll give a short little blurb and then we'll get into it. Actually, let me. Get a stopwatch going so I know how long we've been doing this. Awesome. All right. Night has fallen over the village the faint glow of torchlight bathing the dry ground in waves of orange and yellow and red. A horse-drawn cart decked and arrayed in fine ornamental pieces. A rider seated on the back of the horse turns. Adachi, is everything prepared?
I'm draped in orange robes, big wooden beads around my neck, shaven head. I bow silently in agreement.
He turns back around, looking to the other two that are joining in.
I'm making sure that the stowage is all tied down, fastened correctly. Very aware of the looks that I'm receiving from the retinue. Doing my best to ignore them. Dusty black suit in shambles. Silent, just making sure the stowage is tied.
Riding close by to the wagon, wearing stylized samurai dragon armor. I get in close to make sure that there's nobody that's looking like a threat to the wagon itself. I continue to nod to various people as they go about their duties.
Hushed tones of the people around. Sort of everyone trading glances at one another, uneasy looks. The horse rider gives a silent nod and return to Adachi's nod and kicks the side of the horse and begins to clop away.
I start following the cart. I'm holding a large piece of stick, a walking stick.
I signal to the rider in front, voicelessly, letting him know that everything is tied and appropriately stowed. I signal to Adachi and Mabataki that we're good to roll out. I find a seat up on the carriage, and I find a perch, and I set out. I get ready to set out.
Mabataki then takes his position at the back of the wagon train to keep an eye on all movement ahead of him.
I keep on walking on my wooden sandals next to the cart.
From within the cart, the voice of a young child playing with some wooden toy, the sound of wooden pieces smacking together, and almost shuffling of cloth as he gets a bit restless. The dull glow of the village further and further away as the group travels along. After some time passes, maybe several miles down the road, a rustling in the leaves, and the horseman stops. Listen.
I stop walking, and I turn my head towards my ear towards the leaves, the forest.
You're muted, Bacon.
I immediately kick off the carriage, draw, and I begin scanning through the trees, whatever I can see, any sound I can hear.
I hear the noise as well, and I stop the horse short, and I put a hand on one of my long swords, and I say, Juto, get down.
Judo crouches down. The sounds of insects ringing through the air, the night animals creeping about, the buzz in the air. The retinue of retainers have halted and are all scanning the area when one of them is pierced by an arrow and hits the ground.
I yell out loud, "Protect the young master! We're under attack!"
I immediately move to body block the door to the carriage. I call in, "Young prince, get down. Stay down." I don't open the door, and I stand there and wait.
Seeing the arrow fly in, I move my horse between the carriage and the archer, looking in the direction of where it came, drawing my sword.
The 4 other retainers that have followed along in this trip follow in suit, blocking each of the entrances to the carriage. The horse rider rolls off of the horse, lands on his feet. The arrow came from over a hill, the horizon cutting off the view of where the arrow came from. Ahead in the distance, torchlight. 3 torches approaching ahead in the road.
I approach the wagon's door. Snuff out the flame.
He stands up and puts a metal cap on the lantern and it stuffs it out. The scent of smoke in the air. Light still approaching.
Hold! Hold! I yell at everybody.
I adjust my stance appropriately to face the oncoming torch, not leaving where I'm standing, and I train my weapon toward that direction.
The 3 torches approaching at a swift pace, rocking along, indicative of that of being on horses. These lanterns approaching, the sound of a twang and another whistle as an arrow flies.
I draw my sword and into an arch motion, trying to deflect this arrow.
Roll defense. The arrow pings off the blade. The rest of the retinue of retainers all draw their swords. Protect the air! Standing at the ready. Over the hill now, 3 more torchlights. 3 men on horseback. One of them wielding a bow and a tall banner indicative of the Katsuya clan.
I stand next to the door, holding my wooden staff. Make sure that the flanks, at least one flank, is protected.
I turn to Winston. Hold! Take cover. These are trained warriors.
I take aim at the bowman and I fire. to hit.
Failure on a defense. They drawn forward by sheer aggression. One of them is hit, and he rolls off backwards off of his horse. The horse trails off to one side. The two continue on. One of the retainers lifts up a bow and shoots it in their direction, striking the horse of one of them. It halts, and as he slides off, brandishing a sword. The shapes on the hill standing still.
I peer my head into the little wagon door window. Young master, up there, me. Come, let's hide.
Juto flips a finely woven blanket off of his head, revealing himself. Where to? Where to?
The tall grass. Come.
Okay.
In the dark.
Shuffle around.
I try to guide amidst the chaos, like ducking with the child, guiding him towards tall grass.
He follows behind.
I glare at Winston. Do not take my honor. I told you to hold. These are warriors. You are not samurai. And I start riding towards them hard.
The one on horseback, seeing you approach, draws his blade, holding it out in front of him.
All right, we clash.
He brings his sword down in a jabbing motion, essentially trying to joust you off of your horse.
Success on a parry.
His blade is deflected. He passes by the cart, unable to swing again. The one who got off of his horse as you pass tries to take a slash at the legs of your horse. Unable to do so, jumping out of the way at the last second.
I continue to ride my horse past. Protect the boy! I shout back.
Sifting through very tall grass. With one hand, I'm holding the boy's hand, and the other one I'm holding my little bells so they do not jingle. Yeah, be quiet. Very low to the ground.
The diminutive stature of this young one even lower to the ground.
Hearing Mabataki's shouts, I return to the entrance of the carriage that I was standing at, and I open the door. I see that it's been vacated, and I can see clean through from the other open door. I watch Adachi and the young prince retreating into the tall grass, and I step up into the carriage and through to meet them.
The carriage lurches, not used to the weight of an adult getting onto it. The other retainers rush to meet the man in bladed combat, attempting to strike him down. They make quick work of him.
Mabataki, seeing this, retaliates to the one swordsman that tried to cut his horse out from under him. 18 success.
Failure. He is sliced, and the crimson gushes from his body. He falls to one knee.
I turn my sword towards the next closest one and make a charge, trying to scare them off.
They, seeing the vastly approaching bloodthirsty warrior, they turn tail and they attempt to begin to flee.
Satisfied that they've made enough distance, I don't attack them as they run. Cowards! All of you cowards! Katsuya! You will feel the blade in the near future.
The forms on the hill turn tail and ride away.
In the dark, with the boy, I have a finger on my lips. I gesture like, keep listening.
I slowly approach them, meeting them in the tall grass, signaling that it's me, trying to get some recognition out of them so that they don't flee in fear or attack.
Mabataki slowly makes his way to the wagon, looking around at the damage and debris. Gaijin! Did you betray us? Winston, where are you?
One of the retainers steps up and says, "Be quiet. You will lead them more to us."
Where's the boy? Is he safe?
He is safe. The other retainers walking over to the corpse of their murdered friend.
I pull Winston closer to the ground, so he's above his head as much as I can. Does not peer over the tall grass. Here, Winston-san, I'm with the prince.
What's the plan? We still have to get him to the destination.
We cannot let the young master walk in the open like this. You and the others have to make sure the threat is gone first.
So I'll return to the carriage. We'll defend the carriage. We'll make sure the coast is clear before the priest or the prince, I guess, regains his position and we continue on our way. At that, I return to the carriage and the retinue.
Two of the retainers now walking about, making a perimeter of the cart, inspecting the horizon, looking for any other threats. One of them turns back. I think it's safe to continue. We must make haste.
I propping the prince up, dabbing away dirt from his fine clothing. Here, young master. Let's return to your wagon. Yes?
Okay. Climbing up.
Is the boy hurt, Adachi?
Oh, Mabataki. Of course not. As I let go of my little bells, I start jingling, ching, 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 as I walk through the grass. The boy is safe.
Good.
Thanks to my wit and your might.
The boy sticks his head out, gives a polite smile to Mabataki. I'm okay.
Good. Now hide. We have a long journey to go. Then I give a stern look at Winston.
I bend down to pick up my staff that I dropped.
He covers himself with the blankets again.
I take up my seat on the outside of the carriage. I take one round from a pouch and I slide it into the chamber where I had fired from. I reholster my weapon and I wait.
Now, hold. We cannot take the road. There is going to be an ambush up ahead.
The horseman looks back, 1 foot on a rein, about to lift himself up onto the saddle. in a stirrup.
We are going to be rabbits walking into the trap.
I think you are right. He speaks a few words to one of the retainers, and a large parchment is brought out. He walks up to it and it's rolled out to reveal a map of the area and the pathway leading in.
Please, I bow to Mabataki. Please, Mabataki. I trust that you can make a good decision. I turn my back and I walk towards the fallen warrior.
I look around, looking for another path or an alternate way to go. I see a narrow path through the field onto the right, and then the main road. I tell the retainers, continue on, and maybe the boy can ride on the horse with me if you two want to follow.
The horseman looks to Mabataki, looks to the cart. It is risky, but it may work. You can guarantee his safety?
I am samurai. Do not doubt my honor.
Very well.
I'm now finishing a prayer to the dead servant that the warrior. I turn back. It is a good strategy. You take on the wagon as if the young prince is still there.
Two of the retainers now begin to take the body of the fallen warrior, begin to wrap it up in linens, begin to drag it off to the side to be buried. The horseman looks to Winston. You would go with him, yes?
I'll stay with you.
Very well. We could use a man with your kind of firepower.
I feel like the decoy will be better with someone to put up a fight, make them work for the nothing that we have with us.
A grin on his face.
Very well. I'm walking the young prince to Mabataki's horse and helping the kid sit on the back of the rear end of the back of the horse.
I reach down, lift the boy up. Are you okay to walk, Adachi?
Yes, I smile and about walking is good for the soul. So don't worry about me.
Will you follow behind then?
I nod once again. I'll be there. I'm quite nimble.
Very good. Winston, remember, these are real warriors, not gaijin. And then
I hold my weapon up. I hold my weapon up into the air and I say, I got one already. Reholster it, and then completely ignore him walking away.
The empty cart still affixed to the horse. The horseman mutters a few words, looks back to Adachi and the boy and Mabataki, nods, gives and the horse presses on.
I look up to Mabataki. We have to hurry. It's gonna get darker.
No problem. I urge the horse into a slow trot so that Adachi can keep up.
Before I follow behind, I crouch down and I mess around the dirt so there's no clear track it's right off the road.
Go ahead and roll.
A fail.
The road ahead, or excuse me, the trail is much smoother than the non-tread road. The horse hooves clopping against the ground. The boy in the saddle says, is there no cushion? This is kind of uncomfortable.
Juto, we must do what we must do. This will make you a strong man in the future.
Okay. Kind of grins and bears it.
Holding my little bells. The young master will have horse riding lessons in the near future. He's too young yet.
The horseman continues at a reasonable trot. He sort of waves a hand to you, Winston, beckoning you a bit closer.
I move up.
He sort of leans back. How did an individual like yourself come to be a part of a retinue such as this?
Well, there's a lot that I am responsible for back where I'm from. I was given an opportunity to board a ship. I didn't even ask where it was headed. Once we docked here, I helped unpack as a part of my fare to cross. I was a sort of a dockhand, a worker, loading and unloading, and I decided to stay. There was nothing for me back home, so I did my best to sell my skills as a mercenary and eventually came into the service of the young prince. I honestly don't really even know how that happened. I'm not very good with the language. I'm not at all good with the customs. I've just done what I was told to the best of my ability, and there's always been food on the table and a bed to sleep in. So I feel like if I keep doing that, other things will sort themselves out.
A grin on his face. You intrigue me. It's good to have you on the team.
It's good to be here. It's a freer life than I'm used to. I'd quite like for it to stay that way.
Well, if we get through this journey, I may have something else for you to do. Keep your eyes sharp. He turns back to face the road ahead.
I turn away, self-satisfied, and I repeat to myself, but audibly, everything else will sort itself out.
Walking now, still holding my bells so they don't jingle, in a very low voice. You see, young master, that's why this strategy is not a lie. We did not sin.
More lessons, Adachi. A philosopher, teacher. This boy's too young to learn these things.
Oh, no. You see, the The boy is like a blank page. The younger we teach him, the wiser he will be.
The boy looks back and forth between the two of you. Doesn't really say much, not really knowing what many of the words mean. The forest is aglow with noises and sounds. The faint moonlight poking between the trees, illuminating the path ahead. Every once in a while, the horse sort of stumbles on a root hidden in the undergrowth.
I'm sorry, young master, but we must walk the horse. We can't afford to lose it. At this point, I dismount and I lift the boy down. I said, stay close to Adachi and myself. And we continue on through the darkness.
Yeah. Here, young master. Hold onto my staff. We can walk together.
He sidles up next to it and grabs onto it, looking up at it. You walk with this thing?
I smile. Yes, very good for balance. See, I move the staff and his hand moves along. We are connected. Do not let go.
Okay. On the road, the next stretch, mostly peaceful. A scurrying animal every once in a while running across. The banner of the Katsuya clan comes up over the hill once more. A lone horse with a warrior on its back, peering down below, keeping track of the decoy. The horseman looks at it, eyeballs it, but pays it no mind.
I look to him for his reaction, and I similarly do not concern myself with it, but I do keep my eyes trained on it.
In the forest, within the silence, the sound of a twig snapping to the right side.
I instantly stop, and with my other hand, I reach the boy's shoulder to keep him steady. Shh.
I quickly move the horse between Adachi and the boy, and I stand in front of the horse, looking into the darkness, slowly drawing my blade.
The shadows, thick and heavy, something is illuminated by the light, something moving quick off to the side.
Adachi, something comes.
Then be a samurai. I make sure as I can feel the boy's shoulder. I'll bodyguard him.
I drop the reins of the horse and I put two hands on my blade at this point, and I start moving forward towards the noise.
Dancing in between the moonlight, this dark shape, that of a man wearing a face covering, black face mask and a black hood, dances in between the trees. On the road, the sound of as two arrows pierce the side of the cart. The retainers draw their blades and begin to encircle the cart.
I draw, and I take up similar position as to when we were first attacked at the door to the young prince's cart.
The horse rider slips off, landing on his feet in the ground. Up ahead, two approaching horses drawing their own carriages, and they've blocked off the road. Two swordsmen on the backs of the horses slide off as well.
As they're the ones that I can see, I will shoot at them.
Go and roll.
Miss. I'm sorry, hit.
The bullet pierces the chest of one of them, the gore ripping out of the backside of him, blood pooling now out of his chest. The other one looks down at the carnage, blade drawn, starts to rush in. In the forest, this ninja steps out into a moonlit clearing and draws his sword. Shing. Holds it out in front of him.
I push the boy towards my back, standing in front of him.
Waving my blade around, I'm sensing it. Are there more? I don't see more. I don't hear more. Are you foolish enough to come alone?
The ninja steps forward. He says nothing. No other shapes around. Beckoning Mabataki towards to strike him.
Success. 58.
Success. He blocks the blade, catching it mid-strike, and pulls it back, swinging around, trying to make his own attack. Success. Roll defense.
I take the hit.
The blade slices against an arm. Sharp pain. Hot and warm. On the road, a blood-crazed, wild samurai rushing towards Winston. Blade above his head. Attempts to strike down. Failure. Go to roll defense.
Also failure.
Missing the strike, but pushing you back a step or two. One of the other retainers tries to get in between. He slashes his sword, and the retainer's cut down.
I take aim and fire. That is a miss.
The sound of the gun going off, ringing in the ears. The man stumbles back, creating some distance between himself. Two more arrows thwack into the side of the cart.
I cast my head to look over my shoulder with the arrow sticking out of the cart. I yell, "Prince!" And I retreat back to the cart to enter to check on the prince.
in the forest.
I drop the staff and I pick up the child in my arms and I start running. My bells, ding, ching, 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 and I run deep into the dark woods.
With a bloody arm, I take a swing. Fail.
Swiftly deflecting the blade, he again swings it around, attempts to strike at your other arm.
47 is a success.
At the last moment, his blade deflects off of yours. A cloaked grin from underneath his mask.
Katsuya dog, I will have your head before this night is over.
I keep on running, ching, ching, jumping the roots. And I desperately look on the ground to see if I can find a frog or another small critter.
Go and roll.
Success.
A large toad underneath a rock.
I fall on my knees and I gently put the prince down and I take my little bells and I tie it around the frog and I pick the frog and as gently as I can, I toss it towards the woods.
It hops, making a distinct jingling noise.
So again, I pull my robes over the young prince and I lay on the very low to the ground.
On the road.
Within the carriage that the prince would be, I've now shut the doors and I'm waiting. If any of the Katsuya clan open, I will have my pistol drawn and trained on the one door to fire immediately as soon as I recognize it for not one of the retainers or the driver.
The sound of steel clashing against steel, a slight rustle of the cart, and a jingling of the handle, the side opposite to where the arrow struck. Door swings open quickly. An unfamiliar face.
I fire.
Immediately, every memory, every thought that this individual ever had is left soaking into the dirt behind him. At point blank range, there's nothing left. The body slumps down. In the hill, the same horseback, banner-carrying warrior. Now again, on each side, two more horsemen. One on each side, I should say.
I take a moment to refill the 6-shot chamber with 3 additional rounds from my ammo pouch.
One of the retainers comes around, seeing the corpse on the ground. Says, "We're driving them back. We're driving them back. Now's the time." In the forest.
I take a swing with my injured arm. It is a success. 19. Ooh.
Success. The clang of the blades together. The masked warrior, oddly intrigued at this display of resilience in the time of near doom. Adachi.
I remove my cloak and I put on top of the prince. Prince, do not move. Stay quiet. And I starts creeping back to the fight scene as the bullfrog keeps jingling away.
In the direction of the bullfrog, footsteps can be heard in the grass, in the fallen leaves, following after it. Mabataki, the warrior, speaks and says, "You fight well for an injured man."
Then you should surrender while you still can.
He, angered at this, the answer of poetic nature, he swings the blade around, attempts to strike at your other arm. Success.
Success, but less than yours. Worse.
Once again, the blade deflected. Winston.
I circle around to the front of the caravan. And the moment I'm able to see the additional riders coming over the hill, I take another shot at one of them, the one in the lead. Miss.
The sound of the gunshot spooks one of the horses. It rears back, knocking the man off of his horse. He scrambles up to his feet quickly, trying to get back on it. One of the horsemen on the hill begins to come down the hill towards the cart.
I fire again. Miss.
Failure. The barrage of bullets zooming past the horseman gets back on the horse at the head of the retinue and says, "We must keep moving." Winston, come. We have to go. The other retainers pushing back the other warriors.
I will fire one more time before retreating back to the cart. It's another miss. Before I get up into the caravan, I will rummage around for any weapon that the assailant who was trying to enter the carriage may have had on them. Any kind of a melee weapon, so that I can have something once I'm out of ammo.
A small katana-style blade tucked in his waistband, next to his proper longsword.
I chuck it into the cart. I step up in, close the door behind me, and I start banging as loud as I can, shouting for them to go.
The cart chugs along, the rumble of the wheels. Some voices call out in the distance, beckoning them to stop. Stop them! They're getting away! In the forest, this warrior, unabated by the sort of this back and forth, he reaches into his waistband and throws down a small package of some white powder, and it explodes in bright white light. He attempts to get away. is blinded by his own light, unable to move.
Babataki takes a sloppy swing with his weapon.
Go ahead and roll.
68 success.
Distracted by his own attempt at leaving, the man is sliced at the gut. Eyes blinded.
My arm numb, I drop my blade, and I make my way back to the horse.
Immediately after leaving the prince and hearing footsteps, I'd low down to went low to the ground to make sure that they keep pursuing the bullfrog.
The shapes of the people continuing on after it. One of them closes the distance and, hearing the noise, is looking around, trying to find exactly where this noise is coming from. Looks down and sees the animal. He curses and turns, shouts some words to the others.
Rush up to the kid. Come on, stand up, master. We have to keep going down the road. Mabataki will find us. Keep my cloak on top of the kid. And I'm ushering him along the path.
Mabataki, the warrior, has been sliced in his gut. He's on his knees. The horse, where you left it.
I take my horse and I walk it over to the fallen warrior. Katsuya dog, I told you you would pay and I would have your head before this night is through. I take a rope off the saddle and I tie it around his neck, tie the other end tight to the saddle, pick up my sword and sheath it, and I ride hard, trying to pop his head off his shoulders.
Go ahead and roll.
25 success.
With a crunching of bone, squelching of flesh, like a zit, his head pops off. Bit of his spinal column dragging behind. On the road, the cart bumbling along. The harsh bouncing and rustling. A small window on the inside showing through to the rider on horseback. He looks back and says, "I think we've gotten away from them," keeping the same pace. "Do you see any others?"
As the cart is careening down the road, I open one of the doors and I look behind and in front to see if I can glimpse anything. Not
the other.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. The other, one of the other retainers, absent. The hill. The single rider, the single warrior wielding the banner, keeping pace on the top of the hill. The road begins to curve in the direction of the hill, slowly going upwards. the forest to the right.
As I notice the rider, I will, with the door open, climb up onto the roof of the carriage and lay as flat as I can, gun drawn, waiting for a close, clear shot.
Go ahead and roll to climb up to the cart while it's moving.
That's a success.
Like a cat, agile, climbing to the top. Adachi, the trees in the forest begin to thin out. The road ahead now visible.
As I'm running, I make sure to look left and right, see if I spot any other pursuers.
Dead ahead, running the length of this hill, a horseback rider wielding the Katsuya banner, running swiftly towards you, or in your direction.
I do a harsh break, kicking in the dirt, and I start going backwards a bit, weaving in between the trees, dragging the boy along.
Mobataki.
I take a moment to stop the horse. I pull the saddle blanket off, and I wrap the ninja's head in it as a trophy to present to the Katsuya clan in the future. I then get back on the horse and ride hard to try to find the prince and Adachi.
The slight trail left behind of the dragging cloak from the boy wearing it leaves a pretty distinct trail.
I find the boy and I say, "Where is Adachi?"
There's only a cloak in the shape of a boy. A breeze lifts the cloak, showing an amount of dirt underneath the cloak, and trails falling up ahead.
Stay here, boy. And I ride hard towards where I think Adachi might be.
Winston, the horseman wielding the Katsuya banner, spurred on by some sudden burst of energy, begins to ride even harder towards the road as the caravan begins to approach an opening.
I take aim and fire. That is a hit.
That is a fail. The round enters the leg of the warrior. A cry, a shout, as he rolls off the horse, falling down to one knee on the road on the outskirts of the forest. Adachi, this pursuing horseman, now suddenly his leg erupts in crimson as he sidles off his horse, kneeling down, blade in hand. Mabataki, the sound of gunfire and a loud cry at the apex of this hill.
I shout, "Adachi, are you okay?"
Mabataki, come here! The prince is safe for now! Hurry! I keep running with the boy, now parallel to the road, weaving in between the trees.
I ride hard, my arm numb from the previous combat, barely holding onto the reins. I try to catch up to the voice.
The horse rider driving the caravan gives a shout of "Yeah!" when he sees the Katsuya warrior hit by the bullet. He says, "You must teach me how to use this weapon of yours."
You got it.
He spurs on the horse even faster, trying to catch up. The warrior now tries to stand to his feet. The waves of pain washing through him. He tries to stand up. Is unable to. On the other side of the hill, winding down the road beyond, is the other village.
Adachi!
I running with the boy in one hand. I put the other on my lips and I whistle.
I ride hard towards that direction, and I pull the horse up short. Do you see? Over on the horizon, the village.
I see. A pursuer has been struck down. I point. I stop running, breathing hard, pointing to the fallen pursuer.
Take my horse. Take the boy. Go. I will follow by foot. I cannot ride with my arm.
I bow, and I instantly put the boy on a horse and jump on. Hiya!
At this point, I start making my way towards the caravan as best I can.
The caravan driving along meets Mabataki halfway. The warrior still attempting to get to his feet. With a struggle, he grits his teeth and stands, putting all of his weight onto his still good foot. Holds the blade out in front of him.
Katsuya, you are not welcome here.
He looks to Winston, nestled atop the cart. He looks at the weapon you carry.
I wave.
He falls to his knees again, taking his blade, spinning it around, plunges it into himself, wrenches it across his stomach. He falls down dead.
Mabataki runs towards the scene, drawing his blade, not knowing what else to expect.
The horse, a short jaunt away, still wielding the Katsuya banner affixed to it. No other danger around.
Still rushing, riding the horse. Full moon illuminating the path up ahead. Start going more into the clearing towards the village. There, young master. We're almost there.
Mabataki, breathless, eventually makes it to the caravan, looking around at what's left. Winston, you still live.
Recalling a conversation that I had with the driver of the caravan when we were in more peaceful circumstance going down the road after the first encounter. I look over to Mabataki and I say, "Oh, hi, Blinky. How are you? It's been a little bit."
I don't like your humor, Gaijin. You should be dead.
The driver told me what your name means. I think it's cute. And I'm not dead. I actually saved you and the prince and Adachi.
Not bad for a Gaijin. We still have a ways to go. The village is off to the horizon. They have a head start. We must move quickly.
Then let's.
With the rider continues to beckon the horse along, bring it up to the apex of the hill, running over the corpse of the Katsuya warrior. Continues on down the road. Adachi.
Keep on galloping with the horse, making sure that the boy is holding fast into my waist.
He holds on tightly, his little fingers gripping into the cloth of your clothing. The village approaching. The caravan behind approaches as well. Eventually, the village is before you. It's quiet.
Seeing the caravan, I start make the horse slow down, and I gently stroke its neck. Very good, very good. Looking at the caravan, trying to see how many are left. Sweating on my bald head.
You might notice a package, a blanket rolled up on the back of the saddle.
The village is quiet. The late night sky, the early beginnings of color beginning to change as morning approaches.
Fully, the horse now stopped. As I see the caravan approaching, I wait for them to catch up pace. I climb down and I see the package. And as I touch it, I feel it moist. And I smell my fingers. And I shake my head as I shake it off.
I see out as we approach Adachi climb down from horseback, do something really weird with a package that's on the back of the horse saddle. And I identify the young prince on the horseback safe, and I smile satisfied as I wait for the caravan to come to a halt so that we can disembark.
The rising sun shining off my stylized dragon armor shows the crimson stain of my injured arm. As the caravan stops, I dismount and I take the package off the side of the horse. And I start walking towards the master as proof of not only our attackers, but our success.
The streets of the village empty. Where there would normally be individuals beginning their early morning routines, their chores, there is none.
I'm guiding the horse, walking with the boy still on top of it. I approach the main caravan. Perhaps the young master should get back into the cart now. It's safer.
Yes, I agree. It's a little too quiet around here. Before the young master is able to retake his position in the cart, I grab the bladed weapon that I tossed in there from earlier on the road, tie it as best I can around my waist.
I pull down the boy and gently take him back to his wagon. Here, young master.
He climbs up into the little more worn cart, sits down amongst his blankets and such. Up ahead, down the main thoroughfare of the village, is the to call it a palace would be exaggerating. The small, almost temple where the emperor resides of this village.
After putting the boy into the cart, I'm frowning. Why is the village deserted? I speak out loud.
The rider looks around and says, "It is most strange. There should be people." He steps down from his horse, beginning to lead it by the reins.
Do you see any signs of struggle, violence, or skirmish?
He looks.
Sorry, Mabataki just looks around, trying to make an awareness check to see if there's anything happening.
Go ahead.
It's a fail.
No signs of struggle. There are quite a few horse hoof prints on the ground, on the road, leading to the temple. From the village entrance, the horse wielding the Mabataki, the Katsuya banner, riderless still, just walks in.
Perhaps our Lord has evacuated the village. It puzzles me why, though.
Perhaps we should check the temple. The horse may be looking for refuge. Maybe we should as well.
Continues to walk past, stopping just outside the temple. A voice calls out, "Toramatsu! Show your face, you coward!" From within the temple.
I startled. I step backwards a bit.
I look to Adachi and Mabataki for reactions.
Mabataki draws his sword. Who dares challenge our family? And I start marching towards the voice.
I draw my gun and follow, checking the chamber as I go. I have 2 remaining bullets.
I stay next to the wagon. I roll back my long sleeves, quite buff arms underneath.
The door of the temple, that of a made of slats of wood, allowing small gaps in between. The subtle glow of sunlight just now beginning to peek over the horizon. From within, 4 shapes can be seen. 2 kneeling and 1 standing on each side of the 2 kneeling, sandwiching them.
Mabataki loosens the package, starts walking towards the foursome, slowly drawing his blade. You do not belong here.
As the shapes come into clearer view, the general of the Katsuya clan and his lieutenant stand, blades drawn above the kneeling emperor and empress. Grins on their faces. You Toramatsu cowards. We told you this day would come, where we would take everything back which was taken from us. Where's the boy?
In response, I roll the head out from the blanket towards the 2. That is what's left of your clan.
The lieutenant, his eyes go wide. Winston.
With the attention on the head that's been rolled out onto the floor, I take aim at the swordsman positioned over the emperor, and I fire. It's a miss.
A sudden burst of energy. This tension is snapped in an instant. The 2 swordsmen split apart, going on opposite sides of the room. The lieutenant panics and rushes towards Mabataki, blade swinging over his head, trying to slice down. Failure.
Success 5. Big success.
The blade swings down, sticks into the wooden floor. The sword is stuck. He's left wide open.
With a single motion with my good arm, I release the blade, taking his head.
Go ahead and roll.
Success.
A slice against his neck. He steps back, hand reached against it. He applies pressure to the wound. Adachi.
With some of the guardsmen around the wagon, I quickly peek inside the wagon just to make sure the boy's safe. You go after Mabataki and Winston-san.
The 2 remaining retainers nod in agreement and begin to follow in tow towards.
Before you go, if you are late and maybe you survive the West Temple, I'll keep the boy safe there.
West Temple. Okay. And they continue on. Winston.
I, in this commotion that I've caused, retreat back toward the door to seek some form of cover with my weapon trained toward the Emperor in the event that someone begins to attack him.
Various wooden pillars inside the temple, holding up these thick wooden pillars perimetering the room, creating this sort of walkway around the perimeter. One of the swordsmen backs against the wall, the general of the Katsuya clan. Mamataki.
Trying to deflect any swings going in towards me or the Emperor. I fail on that attempt.
A blade swings down from another attacker who comes in from behind, slices down at your back. Gash. To the left side of the room, the general, seeing Winston slink away, begins to methodically approach. He pauses and looks back at the Emperor. This elderly man. The two retainers come in through the door. Adachi.
I open the wagon door. Young master, young prince, I'm afraid we'll have to walk a bit more. Come.
He follows your stead, allowing you to lead him.
I stop midway. I look into a house. There's a sign in kanji. It's a clothier shop. Come here. And I rush with the boy into the shop.
Inside, all manner of fabrics and other accoutrements.
Young master, you have to abandon your fine clothing. I'm drinking some orange cloth.
The ornate kimono he's wearing, all matter of patterns and other various shapes and colors and designs woven into it.
I quickly start rolling him around, mimicking a monk's cloth. I rush towards a small knife on a counter. I'm sorry, young master, but I'll have to shave your head.
Go ahead and roll ingenuity. The roughshod manner, the hastily done work. The boy's hair is cut. There's patches in it. The orange of his vestments isn't exactly the same as yours. It's still pretty obvious it's the emperor or the heir.
I stop, like holding the boy's shoulder, like gauging him. It's what we have. Come on, you're gonna walk. And remember, I am your teacher, so therefore you are my apprentice. There is no lie in that. Come on.
Mamataki.
Dragon armor all bloodied. I take wild swings left and right to try to take down anyone that's close by in desperation to save the Emperor. 3 is a success, possible crits.
With a slash of the blade, the lieutenant is cut down. An arm hits the floor. Winston, the general, approaching with the blade, reared up, trying to go for the head of the Emperor.
I have one last round that I will loose toward the general. That's a miss.
The noise causes hesitation in the general. He looks over to you.
I drop my gun and charge him with the large knife to me to try and intercept.
Go ahead and roll.
That is a failure.
Failure on his end as well. The force of your body plows against him. His concentration is broken as he's only holding the blade now with one hand. He says, "You will not stop me," as he tries to spin around and swing the blade down at you, trying to stab it into you. Success.
Failure.
Slices in the awkward positioning leaves a gnarly slice in your back. Warm pain, searing. Mamataki.
Blood splashing from every swing. I continue to move forward to protect the Emperor, swinging wildly. Success 28.
Ooh, that's a critical success for them.
Yes.
It just seems to be an unending sea of Katsuya warriors coming in from all directions. They are deflecting and swinging, and two of them at once come at you, both of them trying to attack you. Success. And critical.
Yeah, that is critical. I got 31. Success, but not that good.
With two slices across your chest. Take 2 more strikes.
Yes. Yes, breathing heavily, desperately flailing about. I fall to my knees. Emperor! Master! Fighting with the very last breath of my life.
Adachi.
Walking the road now, taking the west road. I'm gonna walk. Monks walk, remember. Young Juto. And I use his first name and I look at him deep in the eyes so he can understand.
He tilts his head and then, with a look of understanding, "Yes, teacher."
Yes. I trying to distract the boy. I point towards a few birds. Do you remember what those are called? Huh? And I keep on walking.
He looks over to the birds. No, teacher. What were they called?
They're the morning jays. See the tails? Huh? Black.
Black. And they fade into red and into orange like the morning sun.
Ah, very smart. Yes.
Winston, the general, struggling against you.
In the clumsy clutter that I've created with this headlong charge, turn and attempt to stab out at him very awkwardly. That's a miss.
Miss from him as well. A veritable back and forth between not able to get any sort of upside or advantage. He tries to throw you over him to get an advantageous position, trying to force you with his body. Failure.
Also a failure.
At a standstill. Mamataki.
Mamataki on his knees, continuing to desperately fight as blood pours out of his body. His broken dragon motif armor continues to fall apart. Success.
Success also. The clash of steel back and forth as one of them tries to finish you off. One swing to your head, attempting to rend it.
Easily takes it off my shoulders.
A moment of silence as the air is taken out of the room, as Mabataki's head rolls. The general looks at the corpse of Mabataki and says, "He was no match for our strength, Katsuya strength." As he tries to take his own smaller blade and tries to plunge it into your stomach, Winston.
Failure.
Success. The blade plunges in, pulls it back out.
I'm a bloody mess. My suit jacket, the undershirt has been cut to ribbons, soaked through with blood. I still, seeing doom, I try to protect the Emperor, and I lash out wildly with one final slash. Let's try that again. That's a hit.
The blade plunges into his stomach as well. The both of you suffering similar wounds. His breath is taken away from him. He tries to push you off, trying to push you away. Failure.
Also failure.
The edge of your blade stuck into one of his bones, between one of his ribs. The other retainers still continuing to try to fend off these enemies. Their numbers beginning to dwindle. Adachi.
Still walking now, passing by a large field of rice full of water. As I look back at the village.
The sounds of clanging steel. A small wisp of smoke now beginning to emit from the center of the town. From the outreaches of the village, people begin to flee. The villagers running away now, fleeing from their homes where they were hiding. Winston?
I
rolling around on the floor, a bloody mess, trying to steady myself on the blade that's caught itself between the ribs of the general. I attempt to pull it free and stab down at him again. Fail.
He grabs your arm, holding you still. He's reaching for his own blade in the distance, which has now been scattered away, trying to reach it and grab it. He catches it in his hand and tries to stab towards you. Miss.
Failure.
Unable. He begins to grow panicked. The Emperor now getting to his feet, hands bound behind his back. He begins to clamber towards the door of the temple. One of the retainers sort of leading him along. The general releases his grip on your arm, trying to sort of back away on his hind end, trying to scuttle away.
I try to take my sword out of him again and stab. That'll do it.
With a crack, a rib pops, the blade pulls free, and the man stabbed with a final. His breath leaves him, and he falls down dead. All the rest of the warriors have fled. The Emperor, his hands now being untied, being reunited with the Empress. The other retainer comes in, sees Winston on the ground, goes over to pick him up. Come. You'll make it.
I do my best to regain my feet, but I can't seem to. I get as far up as my knees, my hands and knees, back to my knees. I beckon him closer to help me up.
He kneels down, gets both arms underneath your shoulders, in your armpits, and tries to lift you up back to your feet. The horseback rider comes in as well, taking your other arm, both of them lifting you up. Oh, no, you're not dying yet. I have a job for you, remember?
Yeah, I remember. I strain as hard as I can, and I get to my feet, leaning all of my weight on the retainer who's helped me up.
Adachi?
Looking back at the people fleeing, flabbergasted. Oh, so they are alive. As I'm walking, looking backwards, trying to see all the movement.
The ruckus has begun to die down. The fleeing people now gathering in a large group on the outskirts. They one of the retainers comes out and greets them and beckons them to return.
I stop. Oh, Master Taramatsu, look! I gently point towards the entrance of the village.
He turns and says, "Yes, teacher." He turns and sees the Emperor now stepping out with a limp, with a very sickly look to him. The Emperor steps out from the village to join the rest of the people.
Let's return. I have a big smile on my face. We won't have to walk all the way to the West Temple. No more. Things are going to calm down now. Some peace.
He smiles, looks up at you, and takes your hand in his.
And
follows
we'll as I'm walking, we will have to return the robes to the owners. Once we get back. Come on.
He follows along. And I think we'll end it there.
Great session.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's interesting because I actually played him like egotistical, my character, because I gave him the melee of 80 with the plus 20, and I kept going with finesse, thinking, you know what? He's never really been in a real fight. He just thinks he's all that. So I kept the extra 10% off, thinking, okay, let's just see if the flash and flail would sell. Yeah, I got to work on it.
Yeah.
So I forgot to give myself a plus 20. Several of those the gunfire would have hit had I done that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It was more. It was more dramatic. It was more intense that way.
Yeah, it was more fun that way. Cool, man. Yeah, that was a great time. It's kind of hard to do samurai and not have it be kind of slow burn at the beginning. I really wanted to kind of contrast the slow beginning with the more active moments, because I think all good samurai movies have those calm before the storm situations. And those are often my favorite parts of those films.
And I didn't know how to treat Winston, honestly. Like, the only way is like, I'm better than you. You're lesser than me. You're an outsider.
We barely interact.
Funny. Right? Every time I get caught in a look, I get it. I'm a generally agreeable guy. I'm really easy to get along with. And every time I get into a game where a character has a conflict with my character, I always get the apologies afterwards.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Dude, you played it great. Great. I thought it was awesome.
No, it was awesome. It was great. Yeah, it was a fun time. I thought all of your characters were unique and were really you really played kind of into the archetypes that you were going after. I was really surprised by Mabataki, I'll be honest. I wasn't, of course, like you kind of said, he was, headstrong, kind of cocksure and everything. I'm like, I really wasn't expecting him to be how he was, sort of the way you took it. But I thought it was great. I thought it was baller, dude. I thought it was great.
I thought that it was really, really well done. Like I think like you, Uriah, when I heard that he was like new and headstrong and cocksure, like he did exactly that in the role that he was taking. But I mean, that's not how I thought of it in the moment of the description. Then when he started to role play, it all came together really rather well. I think there was a ton of stuff that I could have done better, though. Like, I have taken a big note in all caps here that says, remember to put the dice away. Yeah. Because I just kept leaving them out there, and it caused a problem toward the end there because I was rolling 4 dice instead of 2. Yeah. So apologies for that. And there were a couple.
No, you're good. So there's actually something you can do, because you were just clicking you were clicking your individual 2d10s, right? You can program an expression and to have it roll. Yeah, you can do something like that where it's like a hotkey where it automatically gets rid of it. Or if you click it again, instead of rolling 2 more, it just re-rolls that expression 1 more time. So for example, mine, and I accidentally did this because I heard you click twice and my brain said, okay, you need to click twice. but my D100 expression, it's just, my percentile. But if I click it again, it just does the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, this is actually the very first game that I'm using Sophie's dice.
Oh, nice.
Because I recently upgraded my system, and on the older system, it was hard to get it to work. On this one, it works great, but I need to feel it out and figure out the best use.
Totally. Yeah.
Nicolas, I loved how you played the mentor, the caring overseer of the child that came through. That was
you were awesome. You were absolutely.
It was very cool to play kind of like what do you call, like not a support character,
very passive aggressive.
Not like in a movie you have the main characters, but one of them is not fully involved in the action, but it's still part of the plot. There's a name I forgot now.
Not the mentor.
Like a background character.
Mentor,
yeah.
He's there, he's present, but he's not really in the action.
Gotcha.
Exactly. It was very interesting to play that. I think I allowed the odd, your guys' characters to shine more.
It was good to have that contrast. I think that's sort of the name of the game when it comes to trying to do this style is contrast. I thought it was great.
Yeah, this was a really, really good session. I caught myself in one moment making a roll and then forgetting that I had made the roll. Like I couldn't remember making the roll because I was so there in the moment.
Yeah.
That was a very, very fun thing to experience. I thought, Nicolas, you were awesome with like the frog and the bells.
That was awesome.
Into the high grass, wrapping him up like a monk and becoming his teacher. Like you were on the ball. Your goal was to keep the prince alive while also not being violent.
Yes.
And I thought that played out really great.
The haircut.
Yeah, the haircut and everything. I laughed. So we rolled a lot of crits and a lot of fumbles this game.
Yeah.
So when you fumbled on the ingenuity roll, I thought that was perfect. That was just so.
I mean, it's realistic, right? Like it's on the spot. You know, makekshift.
Yeah,
that's good enough. You missed a patch here, a patch there, but whatever, monk-ish.
Yeah, you were going for monk, but he ended up with a mohawk. Or he looks like Road Warrior Hawk. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know, but sorry, man. I'm not that cool.
I'll send a picture in Discord.
There was one moment, and because here's the thing: whenever I play these games and my guy is not in a scene, I try to pay attention, but I do not pay as much attention. Right. I try to pay attention because I want to keep like narrative cohesiveness if I go back to the place.
Right.
But I often not, because like I keep thinking like what is my guy thinking right now, and I get a bit lost. So I imagine something similar happened with you, Wonkachunk, because you came back thinking that the boy was still under the cloth in the woods.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, how do I stir this so to not break your narrative of coming and saying like, Prince, where is Adachi?
Yeah.
And luckily, I think narratively we managed to make something that would make sense. Like it was actually a pile of dirt underneath the cloth. And
that was really good.
I think you recovered really well.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I mean, I'm acting like he's there.
Yeah. So, but it was pretty cool. There was, I think, when you mentioned like the Katsuya rider with the banner, I'm like, is this the same guy?
Yeah.
And then he gets shot. Oh, okay, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, I was trying to kind of wrap everything all back together.
Imagine like we did like a
It was very cinematic the way that you were able to, like, even with the slow burn, everything pointing to the one direction. There was a lot of camera A, camera B, camera A, camera B. It was really, really good. Good.
I'm glad you all feel this way.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I'll be honest. There were a couple moments where I'm like, is this is there enough going on here? Like, is this because it's there were some parts that were a little bit more cut and dry. Not that that's a bad thing, and not that that is like anybody's fault. But a part of me was like, there should be more happening here so that the players are more entertained by what's going on. You know what I mean?
But I was fully entertained, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
It was good. It was enough. I mean, for me, just flailing around, it was kind of like, is there more? Is there more?
Yeah.
You started dropping it, right? And especially at the end there. And I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, we rolled up into the village, and I was like, okay, this is we've succeeded. Like, genuinely felt that way.
Yeah.
And then you said the streets are empty, and I'm like, oh, we didn't do nothing yet.
Yeah. Well, and of course, why do I hear boss music?
Yes.
Of course, my first thought is I always lean towards like a monologue. Like this final standoff with the the bad guy, and he's monologuing, and of course Bacon just shoots at the guy, which I thought was.
Of course, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Nobody has time for this.
I am in danger.
Yeah.
They are in danger. I'm getting them out of the danger.
Yes. Yeah. I thought that was great. That was a lot of fun.
And I still think it's amazing how these 4D sessions, they end up being so cinematic.
Yeah.
If like, let's say you guys failed and we managed to get away. There would still be like kind of like a leeway to a movie, you know, like the heir is gonna grow up
Yeah.
as a monk, and he can come back, you know.
Yeah,
so it's such an amazing thing how it just comes about the narrative.
And it's a really, really simple scenario. It was point A to point B. It was an escort mission, right? Those are all over the place in video games.
Totally.
And it was so dynamic and so like engaging, and I really had a good time. I'm really happy that I was able to make time to do this. And
awesome.
I don't think
this is the one I owed you. I think there was a second one that I promised, so I'm going to try to get in before the end of December.
You do not have to. I know. I mean, time I get it's a scheduling thing, so do not feel compelled to have to try to fit that in somewhere. I know that you and your wife, you enjoy your movie nights, so I can't get in the way of that, you know.
Well, here's the thing though, right? Like we just got to the end of Twin Peaks season 3, so it's kind of been a little bit of a lull. That's why I'm doing this tonight. So I'm sure I will have another weekend at some Friday where I can join before before the end of the year.
Totally.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right. Heck yeah. Cool. So I will, let's see, where's it at? I'm going to bring this up here one more time, as is tradition. Gale popping in. I love the bust up of the flow. The samurai does the dramatic flourish, rolling the head. Then the gaijin does the Indiana Jones and starts shooting. Heck yeah!
Like, hey, everyone's distracted. I'm just gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would have shot him too if I had that 20 bonus, the bonus 20 that I remembered.
Yeah, but I think it was enough to sort of pop things off and get things rolling. All right, so we did samurai. Mm-hmm. We have to replace this with something else now.
Oh, is that how this goes?
Yeah. After we do a setting, we replace the setting.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's why you have some funky stuff there, like Pinocchio. You know?
It's artificial life. Yeah, we roll on the table, and whoever GMs, that's sort of the rule. Whoever GMs gets to replace the setting. So we got your 80s Vice up here. So hopefully we hit that before.
Rad! That's awesome.
Before the end of it all.
That's awesome.
All right, samurai. We have a couple possibilities. We got white collar and multiple personality. I want to say that multiple personality was something that I want to say Chris came up with, and basically the idea, it would be similar to the anime game, the what was it called, Nicolas?
The cranial cavity.
Yes, yeah, the cranial cavity game, where we basically trade a character back and forth, and each person takes a turn. I think that's how he said it. Or like something happens and we all trade characters. Or no, I remember what it was. We all come up with our own characters, and then we shift them over by one. So
it's the personality taking
over. So you're creating a character for your neighbor.
Yes, yeah. Okay. That's how it works. Which I think that would be a cool idea. It may be a little bit muddy trying to figure out how
those are the coolest ones.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that would really more so allow for, because it's not really a setting, it's just more so of a concept. Mm-hmm. So you'd be able to kind of lean into it and do your own thing. But I don't know. I'll think about it, and yeah.
Do you guys have any suggestions?
Yeah. If y'all have any ideas, I know Wonkachunk, you're real big into kind of like.
Yeah, I love this kind of stuff. Like like a horror house filled with traps. I think something like that, where it's not just an enemy, like but a physical location is just as much a risk.
Sure. So kind of like Saw, like the Saw films.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the whole time you could have
like detective stuff, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, we did. So we have noir up there. We did. We had crime. We had like modern crime up there, and that's what we played last time.
Cool.
We had that before, and the very first time we played crime, we played it as detectives. solving a crime.
That's cool. Roll again, make it anime. That's
Yeah,
very
yeah. That was Zonalar's edition.
very funny.
Very, very funny. And we've rolled it twice. We've rolled
Should
that
have been
one
removed
twice.
by now. Eh?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it now.
The dreaded
robots. Lucha Libre, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say, I don't know. My brain's kind of mush right now, so I don't know.
Yeah,
the
Saw
folks-
Horror House. Just throw it in there for now, and then like I don't. Do you always stop it at 20, or do you want lots?
It goes into possibility. You go into suggestions, like if you go like
Yeah. Let's see.
Have you ever done like a situation room, like Cold War style, reading, numbers on a screen, waiting for a phone call to come in? That's like zero combat possibility whatsoever, but like that could be neat.
The Office game.
Yeah.
Like escape room.
You don't have to
with
put
a
it in.
timer.
I'm just asking if you've done it or considered it.
I actually haven't. I haven't really thought about something like that. I like the idea of escape room. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do the horror house for now. We'll leave it at that. See how it comes up, and we'll rock it out if it does, man. But yeah, I think this was a great session. Really happy to have these guys popping in. It's always good to get the game with Nicolas and Bacon, dude. Thanks so much for joining in. Good to have you. And Wonkachunk, dude, so happy to have you hopping in on No Prep.
Thank you.
Super, super, super happy with how this turned out. But yeah, that is all from us. If you all enjoyed this, please go check out. I know Nicolas and Bacon they both have channels and they do their own cool things. Bacon's been on like a roll, no pun intended, just putting out banger after banger after banger of a video. Really looking forward to the Chaos Ensues session that is coming up here. Really,
Me too. Very, very excited.
I am like, I've got so many freaking ideas, and I'm trying to figure out how to tone it down. But, we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be a ball. It's gonna be a blast. But yeah, thanks folks for checking us out. Thanks for the folks who watched this live. We had a couple people pop in. We had, let's see, Dean popped in, of course, who will also be joining us at that Chaos Ensues game.
Mm-hmm.
We had Yekrip pop in. How's it going, buddy? Chris, thanks, Skeleton, popping in. And, of course, Bleak Nick making some noise. Dave, the GM, popped in as well, saying hello. And we had Space Roddy pop in. Cool, Phil. Really cool dude. Lots of I just now saw this. Kaiju.
That's a good one.
Cool
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that'd be a fun one. But yeah, no, that'd be a good time. But yeah, that's all from us, folks. Thanks for checking this out. For the folks who are watching this after the fact, thank you all so much. Tune in next week for another Ultimate No Prep Challenge. I am kind of kicking around an idea of doing something for the folks overseas. So like the folks who are in a completely different time zone than us. Something a little bit more accommodating for them. Hopefully we can get Zonalar back on one. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll work something out. But yeah, next week, check us out. We'll be here role-playing until the end of the year. And then no more. You get nothing more from us. I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, that's all from us. Thanks, folks. Peace and God bless.
Take care.
Thanks.